I've not recorded in a while because a lot of things have happened, academic, business, whatever. And you know what? I told my best friend, my brother, Abdul Razzaq, to create his own like Nick Fuentes kind of like America First show where he kind of called Crash Out. And I kind of want to do something similar, but yo, it is risky. I can already feel it that it's gonna be risky. But I want to do something similar to that in these 10 vlogs. I don't know how, but pitch it in some sort of thing that I'm really pissed at the moment about. And I'm really pissed about the moment because it's been a week since Charlie Kirk got shot, and ever since then we saw a lot of people's true colors. And what I mean by true colors, I mean that I see a lot of people, a lot of communists on the left, a lot of people, um, people like Hindus and Buddhists and some devout Muslims who were celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk because he said some vile things about Islam, and he did say some vile things about Islam. 100% he did, and he did say some shit about like um, you know, made fun about Gaza, being blown apart. But at the end of the day, God gave us His message. He gave us His word because He has so much mercy of us. You know how many times we pulled the middle finger to God? Many times, and in fact, that we do it to this day. We do it tomorrow. We do it all 24/7. Yet God gives us mercy every single time. And I think that's yesterday. I think that day was an opportunity for everybody to come together and like not only show the world, but show to God that we are of His most, I don't want to say brilliant creation because I don't know if we are a brilliant creation based on how we're projecting ourselves to the future, Palantir, and all that crap. But I don't want to make it a more of a political episode. But generally speaking, this world is going to turmoil um, because a lot of people, I don't want to say messages, but there are people who are calling other Muslims like kafirs and non-believers and fake reavers, and I'm like, why are you saying that? Like these people have shown their absolute dedication to the religion, and they understand they make flaws. Other people make flaws, but when that death of Charles Kirk happened, it showed a lot of people's colors. Yes, he did some horrible things, but unless he has constituted some way to make children die, make people die, or unless he went in there and shot kids up, shot parents up, there should be mercy. I wouldn't say it's called sympathy. I would call it mercy, right? I have mercy on Charles Kirk's soul and his family, and especially his kids, and I wish nothing and pray for them. And I think there's some people who will not do that and will just continue to celebrate, and there's people who will understand that. I think people don't need to sympathize with Charlie Kirk's death. Don't need to do anything, but they can at least give their mercy to say, "You've done some vile things to us. We could easily celebrate, but we're gonna give you my mercy." I think that's the most utmost best way to go about this about a lot of people this year. That's what me and Abdul Razzaq have been speaking about the past week and a half, and or about a week. And generally speaking, it really saddens me because there's a lot of people I thought were very um they're for humanity. I'm like, now after this I'm questioning like, are you supporting Gaza because of Palestine, or is it because they're Muslims, or because they're human beings like me and you, or why are you supporting Palestine? And I feel like a lot of these people are not really telling their true colors, because if this genocide is happening, let's say Ukraine, kids are being blown apart, would you show the same exact support, same compassion? Would you say free Ukraine? Would you say all those things, or would you just stay silent about it, or would you just, oh, I feel bad, but whatever? Like, if that's your case, then like I can't consider you a religious person. I can't consider you someone who supports humanity, because if that's your case, then what's your entire purpose? So I think religion does not just stop at the people who follow the same religion. I think it does not stop at all. It only stops at the people who has violated human rights, violated the rights of others, and who also cost the lives of many. And I think Trucker was not one of those. Trucker was not one of the people um, who I guess you can say. I already talked about this from week 2, but I want to talk week 3 because it's such a significant event. I would say it's probably one of the most significant events in 21st century, and his death will go down as one of the biggest moments, because I remember exactly where it was when the news broke. I didn't even find out about it. It was literally Abdul Razzaq calling me, telling, "Yo, like Charlie Kirk got shot." I wasn't like, he wasn't like, "Hey, hello, how you doing?" It was straight to the point. Charlie Kirk got shot, and I was surprised. I was shocked. I was speechless. But I always had the feeling, yeah, he's gonna survive. There's no way a figure like him, that significant, will die like that, and he did. But it's unfortunate to see people celebrating that. And I think it's a test from God, and I think the majority of you failed. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say about, well, he says some vile things. Unless he went to a Muslim person, slapped the shit out of them, or he created a constitutional thing that makes Palestinians die, unless any of the things have been met, I don't think he deserves to die, nor he should be celebrated. And I don't want people saying he got what was coming. Because I want to make it very clear to you, every religion on this earth insults another religion. Everybody does. Maybe I don't, but another Hindu would do it, or another brown person would do it. Maybe a Christian will, but another Christian would do it. And maybe a Muslim will, but another Muslim would do it. Everybody has his flaws, and everybody's a hypocrite to a certain extent. We're not perfect, but that's why we have mercy, forgiveness. God is the greatest forgiver, greatest mercy on us. We give him the middle finger. We sin every day. I sin every day. You sin every day. We do something that is not according to the Bible, not according to the Quran, not according to any religious text. We do it every day. And if he gives that much mercy on us, why can't we give the slightest ounce of mercy on a fellow human being? And I make it very clear to you, um, if Zohar Mamdani, I'm talking about the Muslim community because I don't want to get myself flamed for this, but if would you choose Zohar Mamdani or would you choose Charlie Kirk as the mayor of New York? Majority would choose Zohar Mamdani because he's Muslim, not understanding his literal constitution, his policies are all anti-Muslim. He's a pride parade. He's doing all the woke bullshit, and I do believe he is an Israeli puppet. Whereas Charlie Kirk, yes, he's involved in Islam. But I don't believe he's the type of guy to abandon to prevent Muslims from praying, to prevent Muslim women to wearing the hijab. I don't think he's the type of guy who will do that. He may have an opinion on them, and let's be honest, at least the fact that he's expressed in the first place is amazing. In the first place. You don't think other people think the exact same thought Charles Kirk was thinking? You don't think other people were thinking the exact same thoughts about Muslims? Of course they were. They just don't express it. The fact that he expressed it is another thing. But at the end of the day, it's his opinion. It is, I obviously think it's very vile and I disagree with it 100%. And I don't condone it at all. But I don't think he should be dying because he just had an opinion. Him thinking Muslims are bad people is just an opinion, right? And it's like saying Jews are horrible people. For us, it's a fact, but a random retard could think it's another thing. But I just want to have my piece on this. I know I'll get flamed, but my boy Abdul Razzaq posted a video. He got flamed first, so I thought, you know what? Let me put myself at the aim of the rifle. I don't know. Again, we're not insignificant enough to get shot at, but it's a good feeling to kind of push yourself for something I believe, and I do believe that death of Charlie Cook is unacceptable to be celebrating, unacceptable to be even be like to be flaming others for even like sympathizing for is unacceptable. You know what I mean? If you stand for Palestine, you should also stand for Charlie Cook's death, regardless of what he said. That's my take on it. But yeah, I'm gonna be working right now. I'm gonna be working my stuff right now. Got some physics work. It's about 10:37 a.m. I got about myself 2 hours before I have to hit the class. I'm actually gonna skip one of my classes online. The other class is not online, but one of them is like a planetary astrophysics type of class. So it's not in my agenda or in my books for the future. So I'm gonna skip that one class. But there's a Barcelona game, Barcelona versus Newcastle. I always want to make this. This could be like a political channel, a football channel, and like a student channel all in one. That's amazing. But yeah, to go from that to Barcelona is kind of crazy. But that's my take on it. I know I'll get flamed for it, but hey man, I'm a man of my word and I stand on it.